Hello everyone, the Forgetful Crafter here, and today we are going to be working on faux glassine bags to put in your journals or your scrapbooks or whatever you want to do with them. So let's get started. So I have this paper, and this paper, it's like wax paper, except it's not as waxy as wax paper. Wax paper will not work as well for this project. You can get glassine on Amazon. I think it's a 50 pack for like 10 bucks, I think. I just don't remember. So I'm going to cut this down. Like I said, it's a 12 by 12. So I'm going to cut this down. And I need to cut 3 inches off because I need to make my bags about 4 1/4 wide. So I'm going to use my plaid ruler. It's an edging ruler. Gives it a nice little torn edged look to it. I think you can see that. So, all right, I'm not done with that, but I'm done with my larger rulers, I think. So I'm going to fold this. Oh no, I need the little ruler to measure. Try to turn so I can read it. Okay, here we go, inches on this side. All right, so I'm going to fold this. And I'm going to leave my little deckled edge on the outside. So I'm going to fold this side first. And I'm just guessing for now. Okay. So I need that to be no wider than 4 1/4. I have a little wiggle room, so I can make it a little wider than 4 1/4 if I want to. Which I think I just might not do that. So that looks about right. So I'm going to crease this. And your fingers work just fine. You don't have to use a bone folder or anything. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to do my bottom section. And I want this about 1 inch or so wide. I've got some play room. So I think I'm going to do it about 1.5 inches wide. And I'm going to tear this to my crease lines. So I'm just taking out this one corner. And then I'm going to do the bottom corner. And we're just going to tear this off. I like the little deckled edging on it, so that's why I like to use this ruler. Excuse me. Alright, so now I'm going to refold this. Got it where I want it. Fold my bottom piece up. And I'm going to see if maybe I can tear a little bit off this bottom to give it that edging. So I can take about 1/2 inch off the bottom or a little less. And I'm going to do this very carefully. There we go. Now for those of you that live in San Francisco, you can probably get some of this paper. I got it in Japantown at the dollar store. They have an awesome little dollar store. I love that place. I miss that place actually, because we don't have one of those where I live now. So, all right, so I'm gonna, oh no. So I know that my bag can't be any taller than 7 inches. So this part I try to get pretty good. And I can, oh, that's in the way. Sorry, guys. Let me fix that. There we go. Okay, so I take it just a little under 7 inches. So like I said, you can make these as tall as you want. And I just eyeball for the distance. Get it as even as I can. And then tear out the corners again. Now the other side. You guys might be able to hear my chickens because I've got my doors open today. It's beautiful. It's in the 60s today, so it's awesome. Now, if you don't get it torn perfectly, it's okay. It just adds character. All right. So now I think I'm finished with the rulers. Okay, so I'm going to refold and flip it and get my top piece folded down. Oh, nope, I forgot. I'm not done with the rulers. So I'm just going to tear a little bit of the closure off. I think I might tear a little more than that off. Nah, I'll do it that way. Let's see. Yeah, maybe a little more. I think that's better. Okay. All right, now I'm done with the ruler. So now we're going to glue this together. I'll do my edges. I get it as close to the edge as I possibly can. And then I'm going to come over and do this edge. Got a little glue out there. That's okay. All right, now the bottom. So what you're going to need for this is obviously some bag or some nice thin paper. Just get some glassine paper. And then you're just going to pick out all different kinds of stamps. Rubber stamps, cling stamps, whatever you have in your stash. So we're going to be using my stash today. A lot of my stamps don't have the manufacturer or the names of the particular stamp set because I didn't keep the packaging. And I've had a lot of these stamp sets for many, 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 many years. So I'm going to start with this one. This one I happen to know. This one's by Ranger. Don't know the name of it, but it is by Ranger. And I believe it's in the Delusions genre. So I need to get out my... This piece is a stamping mat. I love this piece, especially for jobs like this, because you're switching stamps so often. It's a lot easier than using a stamping plate or anything like that. So I'm going to start off with this one. I really love these. These are some of my favorite stamps that I have. And my stamping block, this one is by Stampabilities. And it's got the lines on it if you want to get things straight. All right, so I'm going to use Stays On ink. I'm going to use black. Now you can obviously use any color you want, but you definitely want to use Stays On inks on these, because this is going to work. The Stays On inks is going to work the best for you, because of the type of paper we're working with. So on the back, I'm going to stamp this like it's hanging. And that's perfect. I do it on the other side also. And on this one, I think I'll do it across the bottom. Just like that. So this stamp, we're finished with this one. And I make my own stamp cleaner. I use some water. I think I use like 2 cups of water and a tablespoon of Dawn dishwashing liquid or dish soap, and I think it was a 1 teaspoon of rose water. And you just mix that together and you got your own stamp cleaner, and it smells good because of the rose water. Oh, and you know, there was an oil. A little bit of vitamin E oil. Trying to remember how much that was, how much of the vitamin E I used. It might have been a teaspoon. I just don't remember, because it mixes in with the 2 cups of water. So I'm going to use a lotus blossom. Now these stamps came from Michael's, and I got these, all of these stamps. You can see the little, this was the covering, or for the image. Anyway, they came out of the dollar bins when Michael's used to do the dollar bins. Not the dollar bins anymore. And I just get out all of my, what are these called? My stamping blocks. I just get out all the sizes I have, and I put them in a little, my little trash box. Because I'm not using the trash box today except for that. So I'm going to put this lotus blossom along this side. I think that's going to look pretty there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. So this is kind of a methodical process, but what I do, now I do use a lot of my favorite stamps, and then I use some that I don't use very often. So it helps you get your stamps out and use them. You know, it's almost like Christmas again. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that one, or you know, whatever. So I think it helps. I'm going to leave that just like that. And I know it's tedious and a pain, but I like to clean my stamps after I'm finished using them. And you can see how good the stamp cleaner is. It got all of that ink off. I hope you can see that. Every bit of the ink is gone, except for what's on my block. So the stamp cleaner is very, very nice. these are from Inkadinkadoo. Oops. Come on. And there's no rhyme or reason. And obviously you can stamp them as many times as you want with the same stamp. Or you can change it every time if you want to. But I happen to be one of those people. I'm a real stickler about my desk and all my stamps and everything. Maybe some people would call me OCD, but I like to have everything cleaned and put away after each project. I sweep my floor so it's nice and fresh for the next time I'm going to start working. If you can see that, but that's a pretty set. Now I like to use a lot of large to medium size stamps on this project. And then I use smaller ones, smaller stamps for fillers. Oops. Okay, I'm going to fold this back. Or not. Or not. I think I'll do this. Ah, that looks great. And this one says around the bend on it. And it has a great pattern on it. And these give you a good clean stamp. So next, what I do is I get out my vintage photo, excuse me, and we're going to ink this up. And I just ink the whole thing. So I'm going to continue on with the other two. I have two more to make. So I'm going to continue on with those, and when I'm finished with these two, I'll be back. All right, here are the finished bags. This one we did together. This one I used some, a little bit of vintage photo, some Victorian velvet, and wild honey on this one. So you can see a little bit of pink and yellow in there. And of course this one I just did with vintage photo. So there they are. That's how easy they are to make. They're super duper easy. I think you'll have fun making them. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below, and I will get back to you ASAP. Thank you again for watching, and please subscribe. Bye.